Hello everyone, welcome to Students Point. This is 16th of May and today we have to see 10 selected questions. Each question has the highest probability of being asked in any government examination and today's video is very important. Today we have to see some constitutional provisions and different categories of Central Armed Police Forces, some new facts which were in news in the field of science, details of Parkinson disease, questions related to solar park and many other facts. So be attentive, be focused till the end. Let's begin now. Here is the question for the day. You have to answer this question in the comment section. The question is, which country topped the Global Energy Transition Index? These are the list of options. Read the options carefully and then answer. Let's begin now. The very first question. Which article of the Constitution assigns central government the responsibility of protecting every part of India from external aggression and internal disturbances? So this responsibility to central government to protect every part of India from external aggression and internal disturbances were provided under Article 355 of the Constitution. So here D is the right answer. And to fulfill this very constitutional responsibility, central government has raised 7 categories of armed police forces, in short which is called as CAPFs. And out of these 7 CAPFs, 4 are border guarding forces and 3 are non-border guarding forces. Let's see the list of border guarding forces first. Assam Rifles, Sashastra Seema Bal, which is responsible for the protection of Indo-Nepali and Indo-Bhutanese border. Then we have Indo-Tibetan Border Police Force, in short called as ITBP, which is responsible to safeguard the Indo-Chinese, particularly Indo-Tibetan border. Then we have BSF, which is Border Security Force. Border Security Force is responsible during the peace time to guard the Indian borders. And then we have 3 non-border guarding forces. These are Central Industrial Security Forces, in short called as CISF. This CISF is responsible to safeguard India's key installments, which may include nuclear power plants of India, then some important plants of space mission of India, then key heritages or cultural heritage of India, airports or navy ports and many other important installments. Then we have Central Reserve Police Forces, in short called as CRPF. So CRPF has the responsibility to assist the police forces to maintain law and order in different states and different UTs. Then we have National Security Guard, in short called as NSG. NSG has the responsibility to combat the terror activities in the country. So why this were in news? Because recently Union Home Ministry has decided that all the Central Armed Police Forces canteens will now sell only indigenous products. This will be applicable to all CAPF canteens across the country from 1st of June 2020. We have to see these steps in context of COVID-19 pandemic and over reliance of world on Chinese economy. So different governments of different parts of the world in general and India in particular is taking several steps to make its economy self-reliant and not dependent on Chinese economy. So Indian government has taken several steps in this regard. Indian government has also taken a step called as Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. I am not able to take full details of Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan here because there are many factuals and many details of Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan which we have to see. If you guys want a separate video on this topic of Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, then let me know in the comment section or either through liking this video. If the number of like of this video goes 160 plus, I will consider your decision as yes. Then I will make a video on that topic in detail. And in that video, we will also discuss impact of COVID-19 on the world's economy in general and Indian economy in particular. So we will see all the details related to it. So let me know your decision. Next question now. What is currently the largest ever hydroelectric project to be constructed in India? So it is Dibang. Dibang project will be the largest ever hydroelectric project to be constructed in India. This project is located on river Dibang in the lower Dibang Valley in the district of Arunachal Pradesh. This Dibang multi-purpose project will generate 2880 megawatt power in 1 year. That is 240 megawatt per month. And the dam is 278 meters high. It will be the highest dam in India once it is completed. But the project is in news because it has been delayed over 6 years because it is required to divert 1165 hectares of forest in a region of rich biodiversity. Next question now. Who is the ex officio chairman of National Disaster Management Authority? So Prime Minister is the ex officio chairman of NDMA. NDMA was established through Disaster Management Act 2005, and this NDMA is headquartered in Delhi. This NDMA comes under its parent Ministry of Home Affairs, and the objective of NDMA is to coordinate response to natural or man-made disasters and for capacity building in disaster resilience and crisis response. Why NDMA was in news? NDMA has recently issued a detailed guidelines for restarting industries after the lockdown and the precautions to be taken for the safety of plants as well as the workers. This decision was taken and this announcement was made in regard or in the backdrop of Vizag gas leak. Next question now. Consider the following statements about Cobus 6800. So it is a testing machine for performing real-time PCR testing COVID-19. Here RT-PCR, that is polymerase chain reaction testing of COVID-19. So this statement is correct. And this Cobas 6800 can also detect other pathogens like viral hepatitis B and hepatitis C, HIV, papilloma, CMV, chlamydia and Neisseria and many other diseases. So this statement is also correct. So Cobas 6800 is capable of detecting not only COVID-19 but also hepatitis B, C, HIV, papilloma, CMV, chlamydia, Neisseria. So here C is the right answer. And this will provide quality and high volume testing. It can test up to 1200 samples in just 24 hours, which is the need of the country at this juncture. And this is the first such testing machine that has been procured by the government for testing of COVID-19 cases, and it is installed at the National Center for Disease Control, which is based in Delhi. So you have to remember one more fact, that National Center for Disease Control is located in Delhi. The next question now. EventBot, which is in news recently, EventBot is a malware. CERT-In or Computer Emergency Response of Team of India has issued a warning against this new malware called as EventBot, because this malware steals personal financial information from our Android phone. And according to CERT, this malware has already attacked financial applications such as PayPal, UniCredit, HSBC's, Coinbase, TransferWise and many other applications. And let's have a brief about CERT or Computer Emergency Response Team. See, it is the nodal agency in India that deals with hacking, cyber security threats, phishing and many other cyber threats. And it operates under Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. Remember the ministry, very important. CERT-In operates under Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. The next question now. Consider the following statements about Integrated Battle Groups, in short called as IBG. It is a new concept. So all the aspirants, particularly of PCS and IS, can expect one question from this IBG topic. These IBGs are brigade-sized, agile, self-sufficient combat formation which can swiftly launch strikes against the adversary. This statement is correct. It is a brigade-sized, a small-sized, agile, self-sufficient combat formations, and it will swiftly launch strikes. See, during wartime, there is very much difficulty in coordinating decisions of different armed forces. So these IBGs will be very much well prepared, and this will be able to mobilize within just 12 to 40 hours based on the location. So here this statement is also correct. So this will help us or India to quickly respond against any adversaries. So here again C is the right answer. And it was in news because Army General Manoj Narawane announced that Army's new concept of agile integrated battle groups as part of the overall force transformation will be operationalized very soon. And each IBGs are differentiated based on threat, terrain, and tasks. So, based on different terrains, these IBGs will be differentiated as well as based on threat, that whether it is the or aggression of state or aggression of army of a country or aggression of terrorism or intrusion of terrorism. So based on different kinds of threats, these IBGs will be differentiated, and the resources will also be allotted based on these three T's, that is threat, terrain, and task. Next question now. Consider the following statements about International Day of Families 2020. See, the day was proclaimed by United Nations General Assembly in the year of 1993. This statement is correct. And this day is observed on 15th of May every year to promote awareness of issues relating to families and socio-economic and demographic processes affecting them. This statement is also correct. So here again C is the right answer. And the theme of this day is Families in Development, Copenhagen and Beijing plus 25. I repeat for you once again. The theme for this day for this year is Families in Development, Copenhagen and Beijing plus 25. So here we have to understand what is Copenhagen and Beijing plus 25. Let's see. The next question is related to it. The famous Beijing Declaration is related to, so this declaration is related to equality of men and women. So here C is the right answer. It aims to provide equality to women. And this Beijing resolution was adopted by United Nations at the end of 4th World Conference on Women on 15th of September 1995. In examinations, particularly the factual based examinations of SSC, CAPF and other banking and other examinations, you may not be surprised if they ask the very date on which this declaration was adopted. Remember, it was 15th of September 1995 because of COVID-19 pandemic, which is said to have originated from Wuhan, which is part of China. This question is again related to China, as Beijing is also a part of China, so you may expect one question from it. And this year is the 25th anniversary of Copenhagen Declaration and Beijing Platform for Action. So since Beijing Declaration was adopted in the year of 1995, this year, that is 2020, marks the 25th anniversary of this Beijing Declaration as well as the Copenhagen Declaration. And this Copenhagen Declaration was adopted again in 1995 at the World Summit for Social Development, which was organized at Copenhagen in Denmark. And there was a consensus on the need to put people at the center of development. And thereafter, this declaration of Copenhagen was adopted. The next question again is very important, so be attentive. Consider the following statements about Parkinson's disease. See, it is a chronic degenerative neurological disorder that affects the central nervous system. This statement is correct. It is a chronic disease and it affects the central nervous system of human body, and medication can help control the symptoms, but it can't be cured. This is also correct. This disease, Parkinson's disease, can't be cured at all. However, its symptoms can only be controlled. So here again C is the right answer. And this Parkinson's disease affect the age group from 6 to 60 years. This was in news because recently scientists from IIT Dhanbad, which is also the Indian School of Mines, and CSIR, Indian Institute of Chemical Biology based in Kolkata, have developed Z-scan method to monitor the origin as well as the progression of Parkinson's disease in human beings. So this Z-scan will not only assist in monitoring the origin of this disease, but also to monitor the progress of this disease in the human body. The next question again very important. The largest solar park of world is located in, so the largest solar park is located in India in the state of Rajasthan. So here C is the right answer. And that solar park is called as Bhadla Solar Park. It spreads over 14,000 acres and the capacity of this solar park is 2245 megawatt of power. I repeat, 2245 megawatt of power. And it was in news because the Institute of Energy, Economics and Financial Analysis has published a study recently according to which India has increased its potential of renewable energy investment to 500 to 700 billion US dollar. So I hope you find the video useful. Don't forget to like it and share these videos with your friends. Subscribe to the channel, answer the question in the comment section. Wait for the upcoming video. Until then, stay at your home, stay safe. Thanks a lot.